There was one phone in 2017 that basically worked anywhere in the world that I really wanted to take a look at, and I had a little difficulties getting it here with my dealers, but I finally got it here. And I spent the holiday season using this phone as my main phone. I'm talking about none other than the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 with its near bezel-less display. I spent a lot of time with this, got up and personal with it, and we're going to talk about this right now. I'm Alex with Tech, and this is our full review of the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2.
The Mi Mix 2 is one of those phones where you just have to take a step back and admire how beautiful it looks. Both the front and the back just stand out with its near bezel-less 80.8% screen-to-body ratio and its smooth curved ceramic body that is ridiculously nice to hold. It's a looker for sure. Where the story begins with the Mi Mix 2 is without a question the display. This phone houses a 5.99-inch IPS 18:9 1080p panel and the footprint of a traditional 5.5-inch screened phone. It's a crisp and colorful display that is perfect for Netflix and other media consumption. And although videos default at 16:9, the Mix 2 allows you to zoom in to fill the screen with just a pinch of your finger. I like the look of the image filling the entire screen, but it does discard some information on the screen, so beware. Xiaomi's highest-end device doesn't disappoint in the performance aspect either. Everything you can fathom doing on a smartphone can be done enjoyably and smoothly here. We do have an app drawerless skin here from Xiaomi, their signature MIUI 9, but a lot has changed over the years with MIUI, and you recognize more and more traditional Android these days, which is good in my opinion. And the best thing about Android is if you don't like how your phone looks, you can always change it. Oh, and thank you Xiaomi for actually having a regular layout for the on-screen navigation buttons. They still don't keep that consistent across all their product lines. And the reason why the Mix 2 gives you a top-notch experience is because it has top-end specs. The Snapdragon 835 processor with 6GB of RAM on our model is elite stuff. It performs nearly as well as every other top-tier flagship I reviewed in 2017. It technically only runs Android Nougat, but with MIUI, you really can't notice the aesthetic features anyway. I'm looking forward to seeing the next version of MIUI on the Mix 2. Also, the rear fingerprint scanner is a little small, but quite accurate and decently fast. It's a pretty good one.
The Mix 2's battery life is surprisingly superb. I've been really bad these last couple of weeks. Maybe because it was the holiday season. I've been playing a lot more mobile games. Fallout Shelter, oh my god, Deathclaws are killing me. But yeah, I've been leaving it on my desk when I'm working, and Fallout Shelter is on, and I'm gathering stem packs. And the phone hasn't died on me, even with this prolonged extra strain I put on it. And that's pretty amazing. I get about like 16, 17 hours a day with about 6-7 hours of screen on time. That's really good stuff. I unplug it at 9, plug it back in when I get home at around like 1 or 2 a.m. And this thing hasn't died on me once. The battery life has been consistent and very good. I'm very impressed.
So it performs good, it looks good. Well, what's the catch? You always give us bad news, Alex. I'm sad to say, there are a couple of little things. First off, the Wi-Fi strength seems weaker than other phones. But more importantly, the cameras on the Mix 2 are both disappointing. It has a 12-megapixel f2.0 rear camera that we'll talk about in a sec. But let's take a look at the front camera first. Hidden on the very bottom right corner is a 5-megapixel f2.0 selfie cam that is a compromise more than a feature. There's no bezel at the top, so the only place they could put it without a notch or making it look like a Cyclops would be on the bottom bezel. This leads to some odd user experiences that require you to flip the phone while you take a selfie. If you don't do that, you'll have a hard time pressing the shutter button on the screen without blocking your viewfinder. I get why they did it, I don't like it. Think of something more innovative for the Mix 3, Xiaomi. Now the main shooter is just poor. Shots are always soft focus and lack saturation, both in low light and ideal lighting. I found it extremely difficult to capture a good shot. It really shouldn't be this hard with flagship hardware. The Sony IMX386 sensor should really be giving us better results than this. After all, this is the same sensor as the one in the Moto Z2 Force, and in my review of that phone, I said it was an acceptable camera.
Oftentimes you have to debate between buying a phone that looks really good or a phone that performs really well. And very rarely do we find one that just does both perfectly. And the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, I do have to say, is right down the middle there. It looks good and it performs pretty well actually. For a Snapdragon 835 device, it actually performs pretty well. And the overall experience of the phone is good. It's clear. But I can't use this as my daily driver because the camera is just really bad. And that's the thing, because normally with Xiaomi reviews, I always follow the same exact formula, right? I say, oh, the hardware is great, the price is great, but MIUI sucks, and I can't stand MIUI. And over the last couple of Xiaomi devices, I've kind of been getting a little better about that. I've been saying MIUI has improved, it's changed, it's getting more stock Android features than, say, a few years ago where it's exactly a carbon copy of iOS. And that holds true to the Mi Mix 2. It's a lot better. I've actually kind of liked how they're going towards, what MIUI is going towards. So that's no longer a big issue for me. But the camera on the Mi Mix 2 is just, for a Snapdragon 835 phone, it's probably the weakest camera I've seen on a Snapdragon 835 phone. And there are better phones out there that have a better overall package. Might not look as nice, but better overall package. Once again, I'm Alex from Sitno Tech. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think of the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. Would you buy something like this if they improve the camera? I mean, overall, the package, the look. What do you guys think of it? And I'll see you guys in the next video.
If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell button below so that you don't miss a single video in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!